Hello, my name is Calvin, and this Pecha Kucha will cover how mental health is impacted with age. As people grow up from being a younger child to being a full-grown adult to their final days as a human, mental health has a major impact on the overall well-being of a person. A human's mental health increases in the early stages in life, and as life progresses, a person's mental health will decline. When a baby is first born, their brains are learning and expanding. The health of a baby, if raised properly, will help benefit when the person becomes older because this will be the foundation of health. Mental health is often developed at such a young age depending on family circumstances, environmental impacts, and other things. Sometimes due to bad parenting, a baby's mental health will be stunned at birth. As a baby becomes a child, mental health is a major topic that is discussed. This part of a human's life is where social skills are beginning to be taught. Depending on how the child enters his or her education, a child may be mentally more prepared for the road ahead. A child will be developing the different types of health from physical, emotional, intellectual, social, and mental health during these years. When the child enters the teenage years, their brains are becoming developed to the point where they can make their own opinions. The mental health of a teen can sometimes seem all over the place. However, this is a normal part of the learning experience. Mental health at this point can often be overlooked because people often focus on increasing the intellectual health of a teenager. Mental health is often taught in these years. A young adult, where most high school graduates and college freshmen coming straight from high school are, should be experiencing some form of increase in mental health and capability. A person's mind in this stage will be expanding where they are learning what their capabilities are. A young adult may have to choose what kind of career he or she will want to pursue, which may cause minimal strain on a person, but this is not any sort of decline. Adults, although seeming like a large portion of a person's life summarized into one word, can be divided into two portions: adults working on their career and those who are set with their career. The mental health of an adult still working on their career will often fluctuate. The person will need to make some major life decisions that will have a toll on a person's mental health, such as which career they choose. Adults with a set career are just working towards retirement usually have different mental health than those who are still choosing their career path. Someone who is fully committed to their career will often be working nonstop during this period of their life, and the mental health of that person will mostly depend on the capabilities of the human being able to do what they choose and enjoying what they do. As an adult becomes older, the human will eventually feel some sort of decline in mental health. Perhaps this is the point in life where a human will realize their mental health has already peaked and they are entering the life where mental health will only decline from here. This will most likely be the turning point of the mental health of a person, which is dictated by how well the person has taken care of themselves up to this point. Adults who have entered this point in life may consider quitting their jobs because of drastic changes in the other types of health a human has. These years are when a human's mental health will once again have to choose a major life decision that will have a toll on a human's mental health. A person may want to focus on slowing decline of mental health in this part of their life instead of focusing on making a career. At this point in a human's life, a human will be retiring and focusing more on their health instead of trying to provide for others. A human may need some sort of retirement commitment and aid for his or her ever declining mental health. A professional may need to start stepping in if the mental health of the person cannot live independently. Most implications at this point will have drastic changes in the human's life. Humans who have entered this point in life are often called our elders, and these people will most likely need some sort of help from a professional, whether it's because their physical, mental, or financial health is declining. Mental illnesses at this point will most likely have the largest impact on the last stages of a human. Hopefully in the future, with more advancements in health, will improve the period of time for humans. In today's world, there are mental illnesses that are being studied, but with humans' ever-evolving brain, more mental illnesses can arise. Research and development of medicines to help with mental illnesses are always advancing, but sometimes new information will cause a medication to need an overhaul. Medication will often help slow the decline of mental health, but maybe in the future it will help improve slightly. Ultimately, a human's mental health will only improve or decline depending on the big picture of how a human lives his or her life. Mental illnesses can usually be traced back to problems in how a human may have lived in his or her life in the past, but rarely the mental health of a person will be set by genetics. This is why mental health is often an important topic when discussed with anything that has to deal with humans. The 5 largest and most common types of mental illnesses are depression, anxiety, bipolar affective disorder, schizophrenia and other psychoses, and dementia. Depression is the most common type of mental illness and it generally affects women more often than men. It can also be found in humans of all ages and develop over time. Depression can severely impact other aspects of a human life. Anxiety can often be linked with depression because often enough humans will develop some sort of the other while having one mental illness. Medication and therapy are widely available and treatments have been researched. Most people may not seek treatment because they believe it's not a serious mental illness, but can develop over time to become a serious issue in the older years of a person's life. Bipolar affective disorder is a lesser-known mental illness which only affects approximately 60 million people worldwide. Bipolar affective disorder may engender both manic and depressive episodes throughout a person's life. This mental illness is not fully researched and developed like other mental illnesses, but disorder can be progressed from a mixture of neurochemical and environmental factors. Psychosis, including the most known psychosis, schizophrenia, is a mental illness that affects the mental health of a human by distorting the outputs of a brain. Psychosis can affect a human at all ages, making it difficult for people to focus on work, school, and daily life. Due to stigmas and discrimination, many people who suffer from this mental illness do not have the ability for adequate support. Dementia, although sounding like a specific mental illness, is generally chronic or progressive in nature and it affects the older generation. This mental illness deteriorates cognitive function faster than normal aging will affect cognitive function. Dementia has been found to be caused by a variety of diseases that impact the brain, but currently there is no cure for dementia, only treatments available. Those major mental illnesses have been an important topic when talking about humans' mental health, especially in the older people where they're more likely to go through a mental illness because that is when a human experiences a decline in mental health. Currently, there are some treatments available for these mental illnesses, but there is no definite cures for these illnesses. In the future, there may be a breakthrough that helps with mental illnesses. In summary, mental health is an aspect that a human needs to take care of throughout their life from being a newborn until death. If not paid attention to, mental health can often creep up on a human's life and bite when the human enters the old age and the last stages of life. Hopefully, in the future, more research is done on mental health and illnesses, and advancements in technology will help a human's mental health.